Hi everyone, it's James. Welcome to the channel. I got my Lemurian crystal with me today. Look at this. I got this in Brazil, Alto Paraíso, the High Paradise, and it's actually it's the brightest spot on the planet, just because of all the crystals. So when you look at it from satellite, it is the brightest spot. So going there was wow. The energy was something else. So if you get a chance, I'd highly recommend. I'm going to bring in an energy for all of us today. And for those that are new, I just take a step back, I allow the energy to come through, and whatever's for the highest good, including the message is what is present. If you like this stuff, if you like this information, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. As you can see, I'm just kicking off my YouTube channel. So I'm also trying to find ways in which this information can then adapt to all of you, the viewers. I know we have short attention spans, at least I know I do. So to try to find something in a concise way, the thing with channeling, at least for me, is that the more I go, the deeper I go into it. And I think the more potent the message, but yeah, you can find ways to skip through if you need to. Okay, let's see who is gonna come through for us today. We are the Sirian High Council. We have been in this form, this committee, if you will, for only 1,000 or so of your years. We are somewhat newer. We were formed to help oversee much of the activity within our planet Sirius A, that is. As well as provide fresh perspective and insights as to the activities taking place on your planet. For you see, many of us have incarnated before. We have been humans for a variety of different reasons. But for many of us, it was for research and development. To better understand the nature of transversing such a dense environment. Understanding emotions. For you see, we are able to see the vibratory frequencies of these emotions. But until you are in a human avatar, it is much different feeling them. In some instances, it can be very difficult to find your way through, for they can feel overwhelming. We are quite impressed by how this experience can become so consuming. For as you remove yourself from this avatar suit that you wear, you see how quickly it is to be unattached to most, if not all, energies and frequencies. You just see them like waveforms. And so to witness that from our perspective, and then to go into a more immersive experience with these avatars. The experience is quite impressive. For it is hard to make out what is real and what is not real. But the message we want to speak to you about today are about those energies, the emotional aspects that you carry, the programs that are buried deep within your blueprint, within your blueprint in DNA. And so you see, many of you have made great strides towards quote-unquote healing various aspects of yourself. You may even feel as though that something about your mother or your family member or your close friend or a significant other that you've moved past. It is no longer something you need to focus on because you believe it has been healed. Well, let us tell you more of what is happening. As you move through different incarnations, as you come in with a certain lineage, there are roots. Roots that grow very deep, almost like underground tunnels, all connected to different pathways. And so as you move through what you believe to be the thing, I'm no longer mad at my mother. I love her dearly. We've worked it out. On the surface, this may feel as though it is true. However, many of these are connected to these underground tunnels, these roots that grow much, much deeper and are more vast and connected to various aspects of your lineage, various aspects of previous lives. And they're all connected to the collective. And so just as an example, let's just say from the surface, you see a small plant. And that represents the quote-unquote conflict you had with your mother. And now you pull it, so it appears as though it's not there anymore. But deep below the surface, there are many roots that were connected to that plant that still have not been addressed. And as you go deeper, the roots can actually be stronger and stronger and occupy a much larger area than what you believed it was in the first place. At least what the eyes could see. And to make matters even more interesting, is that as these aspects of energy, because they are all aspects of energy, work their way deep within your system, deep within the various layers of your auric fields, what happens is that as you believe you have moved through something, and you have in some respect, You have moved through a layer, a fragment of that root. And so you feel good, maybe for a short or longer period of time. Because that root, after it was pulled, sometimes needs time to grow again above the surface. So you feel as though you are complete. But then in a month, 3 months, maybe 3 years, you begin to see it is growing again. In addition to this, as energies hit your planet, not just planetary energies, this could be electromagnetic interactions with others or the environment. They can pulsate down into your fields, and they can begin to bubble up these energies that maybe have been dormant. Maybe that root has been sitting beneath an aspect of yourself for quite some time. So you don't even know that it is there. And then this certain frequency comes in and is able to reach it. And when it comes in down, it pushes that up. So now you're thinking, what is happening? How am I feeling this way? I thought I had resolved this. And now this other aspect is being revealed to you. It is being revealed at a time that you are now ready to see it. And so this continues until you get to the core. In some cases, many of you will spend lifetimes getting to the core. But you will keep chopping away, chopping away, chopping away. This is also why, when you go for quote-unquote healings, many of you may feel better right after. This is because there was an aspect of that root or roots that were worked on. And so because it's not in your field anymore, you feel different. However, over a period of time, again, it grows. For there is more to see. There are other layers and aspects to see and be revealed. This is what we are saying. Now, the trick is once you've identified what you believe these wounds are attached to, this will take much humility on your ends, because you will have to get honest with yourself in a way that it represents the purest aspect of that truth. And so you'll have to go deep within and possibly look at things in a new way, or revisit things that your conscious mind rationalized, because it did so knowing it was not ready to seed this yet. And so your subconscious mind also becomes active, suppressing, 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 not allowing these parts of yourself to be seen or revealed, because it will be too painful. At least this is the story that is told. And so when many of us were in human form, we began to play around. We began to allow some of these energies to consume us, but not in an unhealthy way. In a consciously aware way, because we knew what was happening. We knew we were not that. We knew that this was part of the quote-unquote experiment, if you will. The experiment of being human. And as we were able to separate ourselves, fully witness what was taking place, we were able to better understand the different emotions or frequencies of intelligence that were moving up and down within our bodies. And so we began speaking to them. For they each had their own voice. A voice that was just another aspect of us communicating from their respective viewpoint. And so as this began to take place, we were able to follow the thread deeper and deeper and deeper into the roots, into the various aspects of ourselves and our lineage, all the way through to the collective. And so now you're thinking, well, how do you heal this? You heal it because you recognize it for what it is. It is a viewpoint by which something much deeper than an experience that happened with your mother or with your family member. It is seeing them as the wounds of humanity. Wounds that were planted. And we do not like the word wounds, but only for your own understanding. For all these are our programs. Programs to create a specific type of experience. But just like you, when we were in human form, they sure felt like wounds. And so as you go deeper into understanding what they are, where these fears are derived from, How you are acting out that same thing. You're upset at your family member or your friend or significant other or yourself. Then you begin to see it for what it is. A program that you are coming into contact with that is creating a reaction, projecting an experience, if you will, to show you that that program is there. These programs are basically saying, hi, look at me. And they're being done in a way by creating these projections. Dramatic scenes, if you will, that are being acted out by yourself and those around you. So what you're able to see what these programs are, much deeper than one instance or experience. In many cases, much deeper than just one lifetime. Then you're able to recognize what is happening. And not just give it gratitude, but bow. Bow in a way of respect. Respect in the brilliance of how it's been created to teach you a specific lesson or lessons, to help you grow in your own evolution. For these programs have been planted here for you, tailored specifically for you, constructed specifically for you. And as you begin to zoom out and see the bigger picture, the broader horizon, a broader horizon from the microscopic viewpoint of that one moment you believe is creating this entire experience, or that one interaction you believe is the root cause of the pain that you are feeling. As you begin to zoom out, you see the sheer beauty in it all. You begin to have respect for the design and architecture of this reality you call life. For it sure has respect for you. And so to close the loop on this transmission, go deeper to see further. Go deeper to see a more expansive view. Deeper in your understanding. Deeper in your truth. So you can see things, not from your human eyes, but from a cellular level of understanding. of what these energies, these energetic frequencies, these emotions, energies in motion, actually are. And when you think you have overcome or moved past, in some cases this may be possible, quite possible indeed. But you may consider pausing. Taking a deep breath. Feeling into that feeling you were. Possibly in pain from. Or feeling emotional discomfort from. And seeing if it is still there. And then asking your body, to assist in revealing more if there's more for you to look at. And if nothing comes up at that moment. Also, just know in the back of your minds to be open to the possibility that more may be on its way, just at a future time. And now, instead of being surprised by it, you are stronger. You see it more clearly. You recognize the gift that it brings and represents. And in some cases, you have been tapped on the shoulder to clear this for your lineage, to clear this for the collective. And as you're able to see it from this perspective, from the divine authority that is you, you will then be able to maneuver through many of these different programs, seeing them head on, face to face, a bow of recognition as they will bow to you in respect and honor. And you will move through these experiences, not from a place of being wounded or being overcome by the waves and densities of these energies, but as someone who rides the dragon, so to speak, where it's a beautiful partnership, where you still go deep into these feelings, but then you're able to ride the wave out. This is the beautiful dance that awaits as you become more clear and more aware of what is happening. We hope you have enjoyed this transmission. We hope to have another opportunity again. We thank you. Wow. Whew. I have goosebumps. I've never channeled the Sirian High Council before, but they were showing me, um, these waves, uh, these energy waves, and these roots, these energetic roots that are so deep and so expansive. And there's so many, I think, like they said, these tunnels, there's so many pathways through these roots. And it's like one grows up and we can see it on the surface. We're like, oh, got that one. It's almost like pulling weeds. And then, just like weeds do, and I hate to use the word weeds because these are much more wonderful than weeds, but you understand. And then they come back, and they come back, and they come back. And it's about getting to the deeper understanding of what is causing these. And I know for me, I've had to get very honest with myself, very truthful, because some things at first my mind was just rationalizing. Oh, no, I'm so good with that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that person anymore. Or, this situation with my family it's well behind me. And those are just wrappers. They aren't the essence. They aren't the main reason why these things are happening in our lives, or these, whether it's in relationships, whether it is any type of human connection, or just looking in the mirror at ourselves, and we feel these different emotions. A lot of it's around worthiness or fear of some sort, or lack. And these are deep programs. But when you begin to see the programs for what they are, and I loved what they said about bowing in respect. This is like oh, like, well played, nicely. Like it's like they have their own consciousness, and they see us, and we are very much working together, just not always on a conscious level. And so it was such a wonderful transmission about just remembering and being aware that in most cases it's about going deeper, and then also be especially around times where the planets and there's like Mercury retrograde, or there's some kind of eclipse, because sometimes the energies can be quite intense, or certain environments and individuals can trigger the same thing. And then as soon as it bubbles up, instead of us, at least I know when I'm in it, I react because I can't see it clearly. But just to pause and be like, oh, what was that? And it's like, it's the program, it's the energies like screaming in your face, like, hey, there's something here, take a look. It's like they're your buddies, even though it doesn't feel like it when they consume you. But it's like all these aspects are our friends trying to show us what is still there for us to see. And then if we follow it down, and I loved what they said about riding the dragon, because then we can dance with these energies, and instead of becoming completely attached to them, like I have connected, not attached, for a reason. I got that years ago, because emotions can easily consume us, and they can pull us down, and experiences can, and wounds can. But when we can still go into them, seeing the beauty for what they are, and then being like at the bow, like almost like a waltz, or we dance and then we say thank you for the dance, and then we move on. That is what I believe they're referring to. So I would love to hear your thoughts. This is a longer transmission. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and comments. I would love your comments. Sending you so much love. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to the next channel.